Hello. So the prank caller is calling and playing my videos. This is a lot of hate and corruption. This is a lot to consistently keep torturing someone. Let's look at the prank calls that the police cover for. I think that these are calculated techniques to drive someone into a nervous breakdown so they can get away with their more crimes. Look at the prank callers. Look at the time. The torment, the taunts, my daughter calling and schemes, and then my son started an argument too, blaming me for something that didn't happen. He's saying that I took out a loan, which I did not take out a loan, and I asked for him for evidence. I said, if you show that I took out a loan in your name, give me evidence, and I'll pay for it. He don't want to give me proper evidence. This is what I mean. I do not like doing this, but this is the only way that I can expose my experience, which is unbelievable. So I send my kids scriptures and motivation. These are a lot of the scriptures. They all wish me a happy Mother's Day. And it was really positive. I was really glad. And then all of a sudden they got angry from nothing. So I sent him a scripture and he was saying victim mentality will get you killed. No one is coming to help you. And that's kind of, amazing that a child would send this to their mom knowing that they're in a crisis. And I asked them to take me to the FBI and give me assistance. They denied it. Knowing that I was fighting for my life and terror allowed me to live on the streets, getting threatened, violated. I wrote my son and told him that I feared my life. I was getting threatened by multiple parties in jail, and they put me in isolation. And he wrote me back with a nasty letter. So I don't think that he would have done that on their own. But he did tell me a long time ago police harassed him, and gave him a ticket for something he didn't do. I didn't believe him for a ticket. And my kids don't play games with going to jail and different things like that. So that ticket was something severe for him, especially when he felt he didn't do it. I didn't believe him. I asked him for evidence about the loan that he just came up from nowhere. He said this loan happened in 2016, 2017. Why would he just spring the loan up on me in 2022 that I have no idea of? And I said, I will pay it. Just give me proof. Then he said, stop playing. This is a child. He was involved in church. This does not sound like my child would do something like this. And there's a lot of profanity in it. My kids did not use profanity and was very respectful. A lot of people admire them for their level of respect. But all of a sudden, since I have this abusive stalker, he is very disrespectful, as well as my other children have been as well. And then I'm starting to think that you're mentally retarded. And he says that he sent me pics of the loan. Okay. And then I tell him about the false arrest. And he was saying that you were evicted. With the false arrest, I was evicted. And I wrote them and I asked him to get the belongings and do different things. I asked him to bail me out. I had money in the bank. I could have paid for my own bail. They wouldn't do that. And they wouldn't help me when I got out of jail. I was forced to be on the streets because no one would render assistance in my family. And people that I allowed to live with me in their crisis denied me any assistance. And then he says you were evicted. Clearly you wasn't paying enough, knowing full blown well I was in jail on false charges. And patronizing me saying that I was evicted while I was in jail on false charges. Here I'm saying that if you're adult in the blue, you don't mind furnishing statements or proof of the bills. If you have evidence of the bills, you don't have to, why would I pay bills I already paid with my income tax? So then he goes into you were evicted. And then he's saying the bills don't went into debt collection, but can't furnish any evidence. But multiple times, I know that it's unbelievable. My family has called and started arguments out the blue. I have no clue why what may possess my sister to be that terrified and afraid. I have never seen another human being that scared in my life. And that was my own flesh and blood, my family. Something has them terrified to help them conspire with these crimes. And I know that I live in terror every day, knowing that I don't know when they come, if I don't know if they're going to up and murder me. I don't know. I feel my life is highly in jeopardy. Everywhere I go to try to get protection from the police and the government is sabotaged. To hack someone's phone and keep them from escaping from you is pretty sick. So, even at church. And then I state right here, you have blamed me for an awful lot of things which haven't happened. That's a lot of money, and it shouldn't be a problem with me getting statements and proof of the loan. Well, Mother's Day was positive. They were allowing me back in their life. And now he has called to start an argument out the blue. Well, texted with an argument. I sent him a motivational scripture, and then he started an argument from that. So why, when my family was finally giving me support and love, did out of nowhere did they start problems and start avoiding me again?